Hi everybody! Whoo, big hands today. That's because we're dealing with something quite small. I've made a couple of these. This one I made some time ago and I'm pretty sure that I made it on camera, but I can't find a photograph for it, which means that it didn't go up on YouTube. So anyway, I'm going to do it again. This little one here is from the Tim Holtz Sizzix die set, and it's number 665930, and that is the actual die that cuts it out, which is nice. You know, it's really nice, but these thinlits are a heck of a price. I'm not sure how much they are nowadays, but certainly in the 20s, you know, which is a lot, I think, for a die set. So I have my own template set. The templates are for sale in my Etsy shop, but they're also for sale in my Ko-fi shop. The link for that is down below. I think is it £1.85, something like that? Yeah, £1.85. And there's several templates in it. Envelopes, wage packets, this slide, there's a side pocket. So I brought my templates out not to compete with Tim. Heaven knows there is no competing with Tim. He is the one and only. But I wanted this slide that was slightly bigger than this one. This one would be great for putting on a journal card as a dangly. It's really nice size. And I have made lots of them in the past, so that's that one. Let's put that to one side. But these are from my template, which is this one. So that's the one that I made some time ago. There you go, you can see her there. Little paper doll with butterfly behind her, and this is washi around the outside, and then I've die cut the FLY for fly. Got brads in the corner, and this chain, this ball chain in the corner there, so you can attach it to anything you like or nothing, up to you. Looks nice either way. And then this one I've just made this morning, same sort of idea, an inky background, little paper doll in front of a butterfly, and I've stamped around the edge and put brads in these three corners and a ball chain in that corner. So I'd like to show you how to do it. So I've already cut this bit of paper out, same size, well, I say paper, it's not, you know, it's from the Backdrops number 5 pack that we're using. This pack with all the pretty colours in. And I selected blue. I have no idea why, I just did. Thinking about it, might come in for our blue page that's next up in the file folder. Might do. But that wasn't why I picked it, I just picked it. Now, on the back of that, there is script. And when you fold it over, you want the blue side out and the script the right way so you can read it. So that's the wrong way. Honestly, I've had to scratch my head a million times to get this right. So if I did it like that, I cut it out of there. No. How many times can you turn it round? Now I want the blue on the outside. That's going to come up there. So that's the wrong way around. So let's try it this. Cut that out of there. Put the blue round. That's the right way. So yeah, just think about it. Think it through before you cut it, because I haven't cut it wrong, but it would be so easy to do it. So that's what I want, and you'll see what I'm up to in a minute. So I'm just going to hold my stencil, my template, should I say, over there, and I'm just going to draw around the inside of that square with my pencil. Try and not make the template move. There we are. So I have it's hard to see, but I have actually, there you go, you can just about see it. I've got some lines to follow, and that's me finished with the template. Easy peasy. And I'm not gonna cut it out with my knife. You could do. I'm going to just use scissors. So I'm just making myself a little hole to get in. And then cut up to that line that I've just penciled in. And it is kind of hard to see. But I think it's there. I think that's the corner. So follow that line around. These are brilliant scissors. Mr. F found them in one of his many job lots. There was the lady that was giving up crafting because she'd had a baby. What sort of decision is that? But anyway, she made it, and I was the recipient of lots and lots of her goodies. Mostly Tim, I will say. But in amongst it were 2 pairs of scissors. This pair, which are just make fussy cutting a delight, and another big pair of shears, which are gorgeous. I'm concentrating, can you tell? I'm not saying that much. I'm leaving these little bits in the corner because I just can't get to them properly without kind of tearing the card, and I don't want to do that. Right, so that's that. So I just want to go back in and cut these little bits off from the other side. Just makes it a little bit easier to do it this way. I don't know if that's a tip for you or not. I've just thought of it myself. So I thought I'd share it. So there we are, we've got our square cut out. That can go out, it's just something and nothing. And that's going to fold up there, and our writing is the right way. Hooray! Now this measures 6 inches from there to there. So I'm going to put it on here and score at 3 inches, which is there. Which will make folding it in half much easier, of course. So that's just folds over like that, and that's going to be our little slide. Right, so now I just need to ink it up. So I'll pause you while I ink it because it's just boring basically. Okay, so that's me all inked. Don't forget when you're doing this to ink the inside of your cutout. Otherwise it looks a bit oafed. And also don't worry if when you hold it like that, it looks like it's not exactly square. We've got scissors, we can square that up. That's not a problem. So we've got text at the back, but what I want right at the front is some acetate. So come here to me. And I want it just slightly less than the overall size, bigger than the window but less than the overall size. So where do I want it? There. Is that right? There and there. Right, I think that's right. I'm going to mark it with a what do you call these things? Fine liner. Yeah, fine liner. Because pencil just doesn't work really on acetate. Cut that out. You can use cellophane, you know, from your packaging if you want. I tend to keep all my cellophane because I use it for putting ink onto backgrounds and things, but you can use cellophane for this. In fact, it's very nice. It's got a nice kind of crinkly sound, which you might like. So that's just going to fit on there. It's a bit too big, so I'm just going to trim that down there a little. And that's going to go on there nicely. Right, the glue I'm using today is Distress Collage Medium, because I just found this little bottle. It's not my favourite glue by any stretch, and it's got quite a wide nozzle when the glue does decide to come out. Which means it leaves way too much glue for my liking, and it's kind of not reliable. Look, it comes and goes. Oh my goodness, it might need cleaning out or something, I don't know, but I just wanted to use it up, but I didn't realise it was going to be quite so awkward. I think that'll do. It's probably too much, so what I'm going to do is just wipe that a bit with my finger, because what I don't want is it coming onto the front of the acetate. Pop that down in place, give it a bit of a smoosh. A smoosh. There we are, so that'll be fine. It'll dry when it dries. I realise that this stuff doesn't dry instantly, so I've given up complaining about it. I just accept that that's it. So there's our acetate in place. Now I want to put one of the paper dolls behind it. It goes that way. So let's have a look and see what I've got. I've got this little girl with a fringe, or I think you call it bangs in America. She's a bit lost there, actually, to be honest. I've got this guy who every time I see him, he makes me laugh because of a steampunk page Keung did some time ago. And she called him the Inspector, and it was a whole story about kids flying around on hanging off balloons, and he was the inspector, and it's just stuck with me. One of those things that makes me smile every time I see this guy. So he's a possibility, and I've got these two lovelies here. Oh, I like them. They're nice, aren't they? Maybe not right in the centre. Maybe a bit that way, or a bit this way. Yeah, maybe like that. I think like that. Or do I like the Inspector? I like the Inspector. I like the Inspector. I like him there. Looks good. Right, so let's put him down, make a mark where we want to cut him off. Right there. And I will have a pair of spare legs if anybody needs them. Pair of spare legs. I don't know why, that's just funny. So he's going to get stuck on where? About there. So all I'm going to do, I don't want to stick him onto the back of the acetate. I'm just going to go round the edge and up a little bit here, and that'll hold him for us. Then when we close it all up, we can... Come on, glue. I'm rapidly losing patience with you here. Oh, you're beyond a joke. You're beyond a joke, glue. I tried with you. That's all I can say. I tried. You've let me down. That's great. So I appreciate I've moved him since I cut him, but I like where he is there. I think that's nice. You can see him. There you go. Okay, right. So what I'd like to do is what I normally do on occasions like this, is stamp around the edge. But, excuse me, it's dark blue and you're simply not going to see it, are you? So I've come up with a plan. I've hatched a scheme. Let me just put that crease in. I was going to put my bone folder away and I thought, no, I'll crease that first. Let me put things away. I know, that's not something you hear every day from me, is it? But I want to stamp, so what am I going to do? Well, I haven't got a white stamp pad. I did, and I spent all the time that I was using it re-inking it. you know, it was rubbish, I thought. So what I'm going to do is get my messy mat out, which is extremely messy at the moment, and I've got some white paint. It's white acrylic. I haven't tried it with the distress paint because I know it's fairly translucent and I want something that's a bit chunky. So any white acrylic you've got that's titanium white or whatever, that would be great. This is called crystal white, so I don't know, we'll see. Now before I do that, I've got some stamps out. I think they'll be alright. Okay, so let's put some paint out. That's probably way too much, as ever, and I'm just going to brayer it until it's quite thin. But it's quite warm here today, so bear in mind that it will dry quickly, so be on your toes here. On your toes. I want perfection at the bottom because I think that's quite funny. So I'm just going to dip my stamp in there and pop that along there. I want to stamp hard enough to make the impression, but not so hard that it distorts. And that's a hard judgment to make. There we go, look at that. I'll show you briefly because I don't want my paint to dry. Perfection, absolutely, certainly is. So I've got a bowl of water here that I can drop my stamp straight into. Identification check, check. And I'm going to pop that up this side. Once again, being careful to apply enough pressure and not too much. How does anybody know that? Oh, look at that. Wondrous. Into the water. Don't forget to keep putting these things in the water. Destination. And I'm choosing the ones that are fairly chunky. And I don't know if that's for the best or not. I have no idea. But I'm going to put this down this side. You know, I don't know if you tried fine text, if it would work. I haven't experimented with that, but feel free and report back. Yeah, that's great. And then on the top I've got my favourite one that says tag number. Please stick to the block, thank you. Tag number. I really want that star, please print. It's okay, it's a bit wishy-washy, but it's not the end of the world. And then I've got this round one. I'm just going to do this on the messy mat. Just there. That's great. Happy with that, actually. I'm really happy. Now, forgive me while I run away, wash my stamps, wash my messy mat, wash my brayer, because otherwise it's going to dry and I'll be sorry I didn't do it. So I'll see you in a sec. So there we are, all cleaned up and nice. Mew, magic. What was I going to say to you? I haven't got a clue. I haven't got a clue what it was. Right, so that's going there, and I'd quite like something else behind him. I know what I was going to say. If you're going to put brads in, now is the time to do it, because you can put them in, open the legs out, and when you close it up you won't see the legs. So if you're going to put brads in, now is the time. I've got a cheat for you, for those that don't have all the metal work that I've got. So I just want two little labels really. So that one and one of those red ones, I think. Any other red ones around? I can't look at these now without thinking of Judy, because everything Judy does is so titchy these days. Whoa. No, I think that's... Oh, there's a red one there. Let's have a look at that. Let's see. Do you know, I never use butterflies when they're on the side profile. Never, ever, ever. I don't want the bee and I don't want the moths. So put them away. Right, so let's just have a look. Have a look-see what this looks like. So I want that kind of behind him. Maybe a little further down, maybe where his neck is, in fact. And that's not straight, I know it's not, but I'll come back. And this, I think I need that a little bit further down, about there. And then that just like that. Yeah, I like that. I hope you can see it's really reflecting badly today. Like that, but they'll be straight. Imagine they're straight. So I'm just going to stick those straight down onto the back, but be guided by where the little guy is. I'm going back to my original glue. I'm not going to ink round these because I have ink round these in the past and it makes them quite dingy, which I don't like. So I'll just hold these in my tweezers. Just put some glue on the back. And then see if I can, need it on the top. See if I can work out where I want to get that. That's something like straight. About there, does that look straight? Yeah, I think it is. By golly, Miss Molly. Don't know what's wrong with me today. It's, what day is it? Wednesday. It's Wednesday afternoon, and I'm trying to get kind of ahead of the game by recording this. But every other time when I've done that, something's gone awfully wrong. So yeah, I'm going to bring that to there. Well, let go, tweezers, please. There we go. So it's just a couple of little labels. It just breaks the back up. I guess you could stamp on that blue label if you wanted to, and I'm not awfully sure it's straight, to be fair, which is an annoyance. I think it's kind of going to have to be. It's not deathly unstraight. So there we are. That's our guy. That's the inspector. So the next thing to do is, because I'm not putting my brads in, I can stick mine together. If you're putting brads in, make sure you do them now. That's your final warning before takeoff. So let's close it up. I think that's all there is to do. So I can put glue on the back of our inspector and all around the edge. I'm going to put it over the acetate as well because I want it to look closed. And if you don't have it closed up to the acetate, it can look a bit strange. So there we go. So let's try and stick it on square. Lovely. Might need a little trimmage down there, but not much. So I'm just going to really press it down. There we go. So I am just going to trim off a little bit down there. I mean, it's half a nothing, but it's just spoiling the look of it a little. There we are. I'm just going to take my ink and go up there again. And down here. Right, so we've pretty much got our slide, transparency, whatever you want to say. So I'm going to line this up here and I'm going to put a line 3/4 of an inch in from the side. So that's there, and make a fairly prominent line there, and from the other side, which is there. And I'm going to get my hole punch out, whatever hole punch you have, doesn't matter, and I'm just going to try and nick out half a circle there. I think I need a little more than that. There we go. And then the trick is to get the other one the same size. You all know I'm a bit of a mutt when it comes to using this contraption. Right from day one I've found it difficult. I need it just a touch more than that. I think that's fine. There we go. So you can see I've just nicked out the top, and it's just to make it look more authentic, because this little one of Timmy's, it's got the little nicks on the top, and I think it looks really good like that. So I'm copying, if you like. It's not on the template, it's just, I just came up with it. I just thought about it today. So there we go, I've inked around those. Right, so the next thing to do is put a hole in this corner and an eyelet. So about there. And I'm not worried if I'm coming over the words that are stamped. What does it matter? You know, in the long term it doesn't at all. So just make a hole there. Put a little eyelet in. I'm going to go for one of the sort of vintagey, bronzy looking ones. There, and then I'm going to call for help, because I want to put that ball chain, I nearly said ball and chain, the ball chain in the corner, but I'm not quite prepared to wreck my nails for it, because they're looking really nice at the minute. Right, so I'll call on Mr. F. Mr. F. Okay, so thankfully Mr. F has come to my rescue and put this ball and chain. I'll show you it. I'm using a Timmy one, although I have used in the past stuff that I've got from Ali and some that I've got from BB Crafts. If you're in the States, they do it, and they do it, you know, very inexpensively. This is an expensive way to do it, to use Timmy stuff. So there we are, we've got that. Now I opted not to put my brads in the corner, just a choice, but I am aware that some of you won't have the brads. So what I'm going to do is use stickles, and this says the colour is frayed burlap. I really don't know what colour, I know what colour frayed burlap is, but let's just have a look. It's got a scrappy piece of paper here, let's see what it comes out like. I don't think I've ever used it. Ooh, yeah, that might be the right colour. Looks quite vintagey, doesn't it? So you can see my cunning scheme, can't you? Let's just wipe that off. I'm going to use this instead of brads. So I'm going to come in about 1/4 inch and up about 1/4 inch, make a mark there. Same thing here, back there. Same thing on the other corner, down 1/4, in 1/4. Just doing this by eye. Who knows, might turn out all wrong. And then one thing I have learnt is these flatten out quite a lot, so I'm going to put quite a big blob on each corner. And when they dry, they look every bit as good as brads, but you didn't have to own brads. So there we go, that's him finished. The inspector came calling. You just can't see him properly, can you? There he is. How can I turn him that you can see him? Like that. So we've got white stamping around him, that's something different. And we've used stickles for brads. Now this one, this is the one I did earlier with the little girl, and I used, what did I use? What was this called? Liquid Pearls Onyx Pearl. And I put what I thought was a reasonable amount on there, but it's they've dried tiny. Big enough, you could say, but quite small. So that's the two blue ones. This is the one from previously, that I made previously. And this is the other one I made this morning whilst I was practicing, before I had the idea of using white acrylic. And this is the little Timmy one. So they can go in the baskets. Quite a nice little haul. It's a shame you can't see it overly well, and I must remember that that is wet, that liquid pearls is wet, or stickles or whatever it is. But I think they're nice. Be a nice little addition to any journal. So there you have it. I'll see you really, really soon, like now, with Project 2. Bye. Hi, well, I'm back, and this time I'm using, which is what I think I was doing last time, using the Tim Holtz pack of backdrops number 5, and we're going to use it up until there is no more to use. So this time I'm using a die. This is the die, and you know, to fess up to it, I bought this from Temu. I've no idea whose make it actually is. But it came with some of the dies, and I've just cut it out 3 times. So I've got 3 little pages. So I'm going to make a little baby journal, and hopefully one that will fit into a pocket of a journal when we're done. So what I'm going to do now, I've inked all around them just to save you that. I'm just going to put it on there, and I'm going to come down there like that. So as I've got something to fold over. And so let's just fold that over so you can see what my ambition is in life. So it folds like that, but we probably want it actually folding the other way. So there we are. That's one of our little pages. I'm just going to do that to all of them. Temu still have this set. I just checked last night and it is still there. So that I think is at the same distance. I've used greens for this one. I thought I'd give this a bit of a botanical taste. So they should slot in there nicely, and they do perfectly. And then this one. Yeah, I thought I'd go botanical. Let's go botanical. Whoops. So that's really flexible now because I've bent it both ways, so it should be all right. So that's going to be the front, then the middle one is the different one, and then that. Yeah, okay, so there we go. So it's just a question of decorating them, and I want to do this relatively quickly, you know, not my usual spending hours panicking over where to put things. I'm just going to make a little journal, that's all. Right, so I've got this, which was a book, this book in fact, that it's quite a long one, that we just dyed. Mr. F dyed the whole darn thing. So you can see that every single page. It did take quite a while to dry, but it's worth it now because I've got all these pages. It's fabulous. I'm going to tear another one out actually because I just spotted something that I want. And that's the back cover, which is also lovely. Well, the back of the front cover, if you know what I mean. Right, this says notes and sketches, and I quite like that. So I've got I watched Kyung's video. Well, I watched it last night. I think she put it out yesterday. It's now Thursday. And she was using her deckle-edged scissors, and I thought, you know what, I'm pretty sure I've got some of those. So I had a look in my drawers, and I've got a drawer called, I can't remember what it's called now. I'll have to have a look. It's called Cutting and Punching. So I had a look in there, and then I came up with this. So I'm just going to make this fit this page with a little bit of a lip around it, so about there. I just want to keep that bit that says notes and sketches because I quite like it. So if I had that there, I'd need to, where does that fold there? So cut it about there and cut it about there. This has got lines on it, it's got a grid on it, which makes life so much easier for me. There we are. And this one. Don't fret if it's not straight or anything. It oft times looks much better not being straight. Right, so I've got that. That's going to go there. Clearly states the intent of this book, notes and sketches. So let's stick that on and then we'll see where we're going from there. I'm going to use Collage. Oh, I haven't inked around it. You silly woman. Silly, silly Billy. Oh, blimey, come on. It's turned into a whole thing now. A whole thing. So just a quick ink. I want it to have that look about it. Kind of oldie worldy. Bit like when I was born. That was oldie worldy, I can tell you. Honestly, when you watch the TV programmes now that were made, well, not even around when I was born, but when I was in my teens and stuff, they look so antiquated. I can't believe that was when I was around. Right, now I can stick that on, I'm pretty sure. You know, you look at like the ambulances or the caravans. They're another thing. And they all seem like they're out of the dark ages. I'm not kidding you. And then I work it out like I would have been 13 at the time. I don't remember the world looking that old. It's true though, isn't it, Mr. F?
Certainly is.
Right, there we go. So that's that down. But this is going to be our front cover, so we want it a little bit jazzed up. I've got a stamp here somewhere. This one that has the word journal on it, and I quite like that. Oh, garden calendar. Yeah, garden calendar. Let's do that. Where is it here? It's quite small, but it'll be amply big enough, I'm sure. And I want to put that on some plainer paper. So I've got a piece of Keong's. Yeah, see, I was practicing before. Those are those Kathy Holden original stamps that she brought out, these ones. And I've never had any luck with them. I think they're just, excuse me, basically poor stamps, actually. The latter ones that she's done are brilliant. But those first set, I didn't like them. I don't care for them. Right. I'm going to use ground espresso archival because it's not quite as harsh as I can get that there, I'm pretty sure. Garden calendar, and don't think that's my rubbish stamping, although my stamping isn't great. This is made to look kind of distressed. So put that back, put that away. My goodness, what's wrong with me? And that can go back in the drawer. So definitely don't need that anymore. Okay, let's tear this out then now. Not sure why I'm tearing it when I've got Collage trim and scissors, but I am. So I am. Don't want that straight edge there. And I'm rubbish at tearing paper. Let's be honest. A bit too much there. Paper always wants to tear really well in one direction and really rubbish in the other. But I'm working with it, working my way through it. There we are, that's nice. Garden calendar. Speaking of Keong, her garden, it's amazing. She's done amazing work. Right, because as I say, I want this kind of botanical. I want to add something to the front that is a bit botanical looking. So, not in that drawer, no. This drawer? Yes. So I'll get all of my, oops, a daisy. Oh, come on. My little creative expression stamps out and see if I can find something that I want to put on the front. Oh, that says Journal de Botanique. That would have gone nicely there as well. Well, I can always put that over the top. Yeah, I'm going to use that. Why not? Why ever not? Stamp block. And I'm going to use the same ground espresso. I mean, to be honest, we're not doing this for the vast amount of journaling that you're going to get in it. But, you know, you have to tip your hat to the fact it is supposed to be a journal. Right, so I want this fairly square. So let's line the words up with the square grid. Seems like a plan. I should have had my stamping form out. If this doesn't work, I'm going to cry. Oh, worked all right. That's okay. It's quite a delicate stamp, that. I noticed that the last time. So that's okay. That's fine, in fact. Let's pop that back in its place. I still want to put my garden calendar on there. And maybe something down here. I don't know, maybe something like washi. I've got this which is roses. I'm pretty sure it's a Timmy one. I might just put some of that on. Just to cheer the front up a little bit. If I can ever find the end, of course. There it is. Is it going that way or the other way? Oh, good heavens. There we are. Got it. I don't know, just along the bottom. Just like that, I think. And that just needs cutting off there because it's gone a bit fluffy where I was picking at it on the roll. So there we are. Let's just press that down and ink around this and stick it down, and then that's that page done. So I'm really not going for much detail here, just a little bit. I want that there. Must be using oh no, my little glue's there. Lovely. Just off the edge there, like that. Perfect. That's great. That's kind of what I didn't have anything in mind. Might have been better if I did, but I like that. That's fine. I'm just trying to clean the nozzle of my glue. Right, on to page 2. That's nice. Okay, so this has got the writing on, but it really doesn't matter because we're going to be covering it up anyway. This came from Janya. It's sort of index cards that she's coffee stained. And I want it cut out with the decollage scissors as well. So I'm just going to make a mark where I want it cut. And, you know, it might be straight. It has every chance of being not straight. But I'm not really that worried. Ooh, that's not bad for me. Then I'll cut this top bit off the top margin. See where we are. Oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm actually even going to leave the straight edge there and the straight edge there because I'm trying to tell you that it really doesn't matter. Just a bit of quick inking. And let's stamp it before we stick it in case it goes horrendously wrong. Which it could. Okay, so let's get my little stamp spongy bit out. And what am I going to put on there? Well, I've got these three here. They would look quite nice, wouldn't they? What about that one? Yeah, I think so. I like that one. It's nice. Don't believe I've ever used this one before. Right, so I'm going to get my VersaFine Shady Lane out and also my Distress Ink and Shabby Shutters. So I'm going to do the Shady Lane version first. That should be fine. I'm just going to kind of come in from the corner a little bit like that. And I've got more confidence in getting a good print now that I've got my spongy stamp mat down. Yeah, look at that, that's perfect. So, let's pop that away. Swipe that off before we go into the Distress Ink. Ink that up. You could use bundled sage for this equally if you wanted. And I'm just going to come down a little bit like that. Lovely, that's kind of like an echo in the background and I like that. And I could do with one just being up there. So just that top one. Just up there. Yeah, that's nice. We've got the two different colours and they look like one's in front of the other. So that's turned out all right, hasn't it? Huge success. Well, I wouldn't say huge, but it is a success. Let's just wipe that off there. And I could probably do with some words. So, oh, that's obviously not in the right place. There. The words I've got with this are, well, I've got a little specimen number, but that's kind of tiny, and then some larger poetry type things. What does that say? It says, there is poetry among the wildflowers. I think I might just use that, you know. I might just use it. A lot of these are brand new, never been used before, and they're stamping beautifully. These are the Creative Expression stamps from Sampool, and yeah, I love them. I'm going to go back to using the ground espresso. And put this up here. Oops, that's upside down. Good job I checked. Oh my goodness, Mr. F's just come in with some photographs of me when I was little.
Just to remind you what it was like back in the day.
Oh my goodness. Thanks. There we are. It's quite subdued. I'm all right with that. If if I'd wanted it more striking, I could have stamped it off quite a lot of times, or once even would have been a help probably. But I'm okay with it. It's all right. Whatever it is all right. And I've got a titchy little thing that says specimen number here, which I'm going to put on there. This one has been stamped lots of times. I hear a thud upstairs. That's my lord getting off his bed. More particularly our bed. Oh yeah, here he comes. What's the matter, Catkin? What? Something wrong? I don't know if you can hear him replying to me. He's talking to Mr. F now. Probably about food, I would imagine. Two things he ever wants: to go out or to be fed. So there we are. That's pretty. I like that. So let's just stick that there. It's just nice. It's just a nice little thing, isn't it? Yes, I'm not sure at the moment if Jania's got any of these coffee stained papers in her shop. Her shop is on Etsy and it's called Dreaming in Colour 27, I believe. They really are lovely. They're lovely papers. I was lucky, she sent me as a gift some when she first started, and I'm still using them. Obviously this is a bit further. But they're just so nice. So there we are. That's that pretty much. Yeah, I think that's okay. So that's a page. That's the page completely done. So before I start on this page, I'm going to show you the photos. I haven't seen them that Mr. F's just brought downstairs. Oh yes. Oh my goodness. That's me when I was about 4, maybe, I think, about 4, something like that, in a jumper that my mum knitted for me, and a little kilt. Gosh, I remember that blanket on there so well.
And a bow in the hair.
Yeah, a little bow in my head.
Practicing the faces you use now.
Oh, there's me, look. I remember that cardigan so well. Yeah, another one of my mum's knitted specials. Still got a bow in my hair. Oh, look, here's my dad. There's my dad, my sister and me. And my dad's AA van, which was cutting edge at the time, because prior to that, as you can tell by the kind of 4+4s that he's wearing, he'd always been on a motorbike. And then, they kind of upgraded everybody and they got this minivan, which was marvellous. This was the front of the house and the garage was round the back, and he used to let me drive it round to the garage. Well, with my way of it, drive it. I used to sit on his lap and he of course was doing all the driving, but I thought I was driving, so I thought it was the bee's knees. There's my sister with an air pistol, a water pistol, not an air pistol, a water pistol. It looks like I've got one too. Oh yeah, look, there's me driving. And my sister. Oh, there's my sister and myself on a pile of logs. That's very stereotypical of where we lived. It was Forestry Commission land, and every which way you went, all 4 sides out of the house were covered in this dense conifer forest, which of course was a harvest. They harvested it for the wood, so it was continually being cut down and replanted. Oh my goodness. Why don't you cut that girl's fringe?
Basin cut.
That's awful, isn't
Got
it?
a date on the back on that one, I think.
Has it? Fiona at 2 years, 2 months, June 1966. Well, somebody can't count because I was born in 1960. So I don't think I was 2 years, 2 months in 66. So they've got that a bit wrong. I will go with I was 2 years, 2 months, but I think it must be 1962. That's a gross photograph. Anyway, there you go. That's me as a little one. Thanks, Mr. F, I think.
Lived your life in black and white.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, so I've got this, which also came from Janya, I think. I'm pretty sure it did. Yes, it did. And it's this lined paper. So I'm gonna tear this one. I'm just going to use my ordinary ruler. If I can dig it out. And just put that up there. And tear it. And tear the length off to where I want it. Which is, let's use the other side, it's easier. To about there, I'd say. Right. I don't know what we're going to do with this one.
In the interest of fairness.
All right.
Oh,
Mr. F's just... So these are photographs of Mr. F. Look at him there. This is his brother and his sister. Elder brother, elder sister. That's them in order, actually. So here's Mr. F. Do you know, he still looks that kind of unhappy now. He just has that facial expression like, yeah, so what? Oh dear. Is that a bagpiper in the background? No, I thought that was bagpipes, so what on earth? And then this one, which is Mr. F and his sister. In colour. He's showing off. He's got colour photographs. My goodness. Smart boy on his way off to school.
Nice sandals and knees.
Nice sandals. Knees. Oh my goodness me. Oh well, yeah, that is fair now you've shown those. Right, so let's ink around this. I don't know what's brought that on. A photo album tour.
You talking about the past?
Yeah.
And how old it looked.
Well, it does so, doesn't it? You know, when we watch things and you look at the ambulance and you think, oh my life. Or the cop cars chasing people that now you could just about walk and outrun.
The problem is when they say it's like 1980 or 1990 and you work it out, I'm always 10 years out.
Yeah.
Because it's like since the millennium.
Yeah.
Only 10 years has passed.
Yeah, I agree.
I always forget to add 23 on. It never makes sense.
I think it's because we're old.
I think it's because we're old. Much older would qualify to be one of Tim Holtz's peeps.
I know. We could just take a photo of us and send it to...
I just need the top hat or the bowler. Groomy moustache.
A cap. Some of them wear caps.
Only the women.
No. You could wear a cap.
It's true. True. I could grow a moustache.
Oh, you could bring it right up to date and wear your buff.
That's true.
Right up to date.
I'm a fan of a buff.
Down with the... whoever. Kids, isn't it? Yeah, down with the kids. See, I don't even know
I think
the
that
bill.
itself is probably 50 years out of date.
Exactly. I don't even know what's current anymore. And you know what? I don't care. I just honestly do not care. Right, what I do care about is what I'm going to put on this. Now, I did look at some stamps that have got... we've got our mushroom that we used last week as well. Some stamps that have got what? What am I looking for? Oh yeah, there they are. Birds. Birdies. And I like this one. I like that one. I like that one. That's the one I'm going to use. These are a set of stamps. I don't know if they're still available, but they were put out by the Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Birds. I've no idea what is it. What is it?
Royal Society for the Protection of Birds.
Yeah, the Royal Society for Protection of Birds. That's what it is. You've got me all of a flurry now, Mr. F. Give over. Yeah, and we have a bird reserve just at the back of us. And sometimes we go to their page, you know, just see what's occurring. And they had this stamp set for sale. So, let's do it. There we go. I've forgotten my blooming stamping sponge again. Honestly, chimpanzee would have learnt by now. Oh, but that's great, isn't it? It's a little blue tit. I might actually even colour it, you know. I might. I'll just use crayons, I think. I don't want to introduce like a wet medium to it. Only because the paper's thin. So I think crayons would probably do a good job. Now words on here. Spread your wings. Come on, why would you not want that? Spread your wings. Judy, I would say this is quite a good little project for you. And I'm sure you make a darn better job of it than I am. Does that actually fit in there? Ooh, I'm going to have to put it at a bit of an angle. Don't think I can split that either. Let's have a look when I ink it up what happens. See if I can just get the spread. Let's stamp that off and see. Yeah, that's pretty good. There's just a bit down the bottom. So I'll go with that. And it's just that bit there that needs to come off. And it's upside down, of course. So let's put spread there. Spread. Excellent. Now I just want the your wings bit. I don't know why I put it on upside down. No. That's the right way. Your wings. So I've got a bit here onto there that needs to come off. Right, okay. So I'm going to put that over to there. Spread your wings. Lovely. That's grand. So that's a nice little page, just as it is. No point making life more complicated than it need to be, is there? But like I say, I am going to just add a little bit of colour to those. I've got some pencils here that I've never ever used before. It'll come as no surprise to you to learn that Mr. F got them in some sort of haul at some stage. How about blue jeans? Let's have that for the bird's head. I don't want to make too kind of good of a job of this, just a bit kind of scrawly. And then his chest is yellow. These are nice, the Nouveau crayons. What does it call them? Oh, the watercolour pencils. Did not know that. Well, I'm not adding water to them. Just going to add a bit of yellow there to his chest. That's going to be as complicated as it gets. Maybe a little bit in his cheeks, but basically Blue Tit's cheeks are white. So if you've got these Nouveau pencils, they are watercolour pencils. What's that? See, now I can't help myself. I'm off dilly-dallying. Ooh, that's a nice colour. Very nice. I don't think I need any more. Put them away quick before she starts messing around too much. Lovely. So that's that one. Very nice. Still some journaling room, or the illusion, more importantly, of it. So this one, let's put some Keong paper on it. Let's tear down that fold that's pre-existing. And then I want to tear this about here and about here. So I'll get my ruler. More haste, less speed, girl. Just steady your head. Steady as you go. It's ages since Keong sent me this coffee stained paper, and I love it so much. I just hoard it. I just hoard it. I must have had it. I bet I've had it 2 years, and I just hoard it. Right, so I'm going to stick that onto there. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Oh, ink, ink, ink. Having a bit of a block on the ink today. Oh, my lovely clean desk. It's all a right mess now. I've been so good at putting things away at the end of the day. I knew it wouldn't last. Even as I was doing it, I knew it wouldn't last. But everything has got a place to go now, at least. Which is half the battle, because trying to put things away that don't have a place, it's a joke. You just open random drawers and shove them in. So I'm thinking it might be time for a butterfly. Or a mushroom. We could do a mushroom. We could do that mushroom that we did last week. Was it last week or the week before? I can't remember. Cannot remember. There we go. Lovely. Let's have a look and see. I'm going to put this down so I don't forget it. That's the birdie ones. These ones have got those little botanicals on, which are nice. I do like them. This one, it's got a butterfly. It's got a definition of botanical. That's rather nice. And I think that's, yeah, that's just a bit too big for us. This one, it's all about herbs, which is lovely. That's a Craft Consortium one. It's a lovely stamp. Dates and numbers. That's the cover for that one that we looked at. Oh, this one. That's nice. I like that one. I must have skipped by the mushroom one. I didn't see it. Oh, well, this is a lovely stamp set. I've never used this before. I haven't had it very long. Right, what delight are we going to put on here? Nature is not a place to visit, it is home. Well, that's very nice, isn't it? Then it says field notes, wildflower, nature finds, bloom, figure 1, figure 2, figure 3. There's loads in here, loads. But I kind of like that. I think it's illegible, which is good. I like illegible text. Oh, it says bonjour. Don't quite know what that's got to do with flowers, but it doesn't matter, does it? That I could get all of that on there. So yeah, let's do that. do it. Should I do it in Shady Lane? I think so. Oh, must be out somewhere. Yeah, here it is. So once again, I'm stamping with a stamp I've never used before. So you tend to not get optimal stamping in situations like that, but you know, I'm going for it anyway. That just fits in like it was absolutely made to measure. It's quite incredible. So I'm giving that a sort of extra push down because it's new. Lovely. That is gorgeous. Oh, it's so nice. Lovely stamps, these creative expression ones are. So, where's my thingy? Here it is. Right, so there are other words on here, as I said. I think figure 1. I think I like figure 1. Let's just check that it fits where I want to put it. Yeah, just up there, over that. So sticky, this actually sticking to my fingers, which is very, very different from the normal job I have with the Tim Holtz stamps, which have got no stick left on them whatsoever. So I'm just going to pop figure 1 over that there, like that. Perfect. Perfectly marvellous. Great. That is a very, very, very nice stamp set. I love the little words. They're so useful. So that's that done. That's that page done. So is that 2 pages? Yeah. So there's our first page. Then that. Then that. So got to be due a butterfly page by now, I would say. I just want something for the background. I've got this here, this check. Let's do that. So it's about there, I think. Let's tear off a bit off the top and a bit off the bottom. Lovely, that's that. So this, I kind of wanted this a little bit wider. Got too much of a gap there. So I'm going to stick this on and then I'm going to put washi tape down the side, because it's just a bit too narrow. I'm doing this to get it finished for the video, but honestly, I'm telling you, take your time over it. You could have such fun with it. Could be a, you know, really lovely thing to do given time, and you could spend a day doing each page. It would be really nice. There we go. Let's get that stuck down. So just one more page to go after this. We've whizzed through it. Whizzy whizzy. Right, so I'm bringing that to there. Let's give that a good stick down. And then wherever I put the washi tape, here it is, my goodness. I'm just going to put that down this side here. just to kind of make it a little bit wider. I just tore it a bit neat for what I had in mind. There we go. Yeah, actually that's really nice. I like that anyway. I might put another bit of that on. But where is the question? Right about there? Yeah, why not? Why not? We are in charge. I like that. It's really pretty. Okay, so butterflies. Right, well, I've got some rub-ons. These ones, 49 on market, of course. Oh, I didn't see these flowers. Oh my goodness, they're gorgeous. That one's beautiful. Okay, forget the butterflies. They're going to have to go on the back because I've just seen this and it's beautiful. Beautiful, and I must use it. I didn't see it before. It's got some associated splodges with it as well. It's just perfect. So, where's it going to go? About there. It's going to go over that washi. If I was really concerned about that, I could pick the washi up because it'll still come up. It's washi. But I quite like it there. So, okay, let's take it off the carrier sheet. Drop it down where we want it, which is about there. Lovely. And get my tool out that I use, which is the back of my tweezers, and just start pressing it down. Transferring it. Oh, this is so nice. Sometimes you just see things that just say, use me. So I'm just going to go ahead of where I'm pulling it off, just to make sure that I have transferred everything as I go. Pulling it off carefully and slowly. Because with these large ones it's sometimes difficult to get them down in the exact right place to rub off anything you might have missed. Oh, look at that, what a pretty page. It's gorgeous. I love that. Have I got any little splatters anywhere? I've got big ones there. Oh, I've got that little section there. Let's use that. I think it belongs to another piece, but it's all right. It'll be okay. So I'm just going to pop that up there like that. Seem to rub off more easily when you do it on top of the stamping foam, I will say. Not that they're difficult to rub off. Look at that. So there we are. That's just beautiful. It doesn't need any words, doesn't need anything. It's just gorgeous. So now we just need something on the back. And something on the back's probably going to be butterflies, which is what I set off trying to find for you before, and I got waylaid by that very extremely pretty flower. Yeah, these ones, aren't they lovely? So I've got brown and blue. I'll defer judgment on which one till I've put something on here. So I've got this that says appointments. Notes and sketches again. This other piece that says appointments, that'll do me nicely. I'm going to cut up that side because it's a bit too close to tear. I want to keep the sort of daily hours. And I can trim it off just above there. I think will be okay. Oh, I'm going to lose my appointments. Oh, that's not what I had in mind. Oh well, I'm going to lose my times now. I want appointments, so I want that there. Trim it off about there and about there. Let's have a look and see. Looks a bit big to me. Yeah, it is just a bit. That's okay though, that's fine. And I've got that to use somewhere else with all the times on, which is really rather lovely. And ink around it and then work out how we're going to decorate it. So this is, I see this more as being an insert in a journal pocket or behind a belly band or something. I don't see it as being a journal. You know, for a start, it's too little. You know, I think that's just too wide. Let's sort it now. There we go. Why not sort it? You don't have to put up with things that aren't exactly right. You can fix them. That's better. Happier with that. You can use glue stick for yours if you like. I don't rightly get on with glue stick, to be honest with you. I just find I get everywhere sticky. I hate the book page that, you know, you use to as a backdrop to it. And my hands just seem to get absolutely covered in glue. I can't be doing with it at all. So I just use my ordinary wet glue. And it works for me. There we are. It says appointments. I like that. Now, yeah, the butterfly situation. Well, I've got these lovely little flowers that would go at the bottom and then a couple of those up at the top. Let's do that. Why would we not do that? Well, because we haven't got any scissors, that's why. Okay. Here they are. This is quite wide, but I think it's going to fit okay on our page. Going to fit nicely there, I would have thought. And then I'm going to cut this little fella me lad out. And he can go up there. And you know, I don't think I need two. I think one is ample sufficiency. So that'll do me. Right, let's take the carrier sheet off it. Park that where I want it, just about there. Over to the right hand side a bit. Yeah, like that, that's lovely. Well, this has turned out quite pretty, hasn't it, this little journal. So once you've got the transfer off the carrier sheet, it's no longer shiny. It just sinks into the paper like I don't know, like it's been printed on it or something, but better. It's gorgeous. So I'm just going to start from this corner and lift it up and go ahead of where I'm lifting with my tool. Just pressing it down. Make sure I've got a good transfer. And they do seem incredibly hard wearing, I tell you. Oh, isn't that just so pretty? Oh, it's gorgeous. But I am going to add the butterfly because I said I would, so I will. I'm just going to add it up in that corner up there. There we go. Look at that for a very pretty back page. Oh my life, it's gorgeous. So let's just go through these, see if there's anything we can do that they need doing. I don't think there is, but you never know. That's our cover. Then that's that page, which I really like. I like the two-tone green. Then Spread Your Wings with a little blue tit. It snuck in there somehow. And then that's a lovely stamp. Really like that stamp. Then this with that most beautiful, perfect flower on it there, and the washi tape. That's really nice. That could maybe do with a word down there. And then that needs nothing. Nothing at all. That is perfect. I'm going to look for, for a word or a number or something to stick on there. Let's have a look. Notes. What have I got on here? Numbers. I've got numbers. Yeah, I'll just use a number then. That'll be fine. And I'm going to use the ground espresso. Let's put that there. Perfect. That's all it needed. Just an additional something. Lovely. So there we go. So all we've got to do now is join them together and make a little journal. Let's put some of this stuff away. It's getting on my wick, always being having to fight through it. Finished with that. I've got lots of scrap. I'm trying not to throw these out actually because I really like them. Let's put the inks away. And this mess over here I'll deal with later. Right, so I've got my 3 pages. It could be more, could be just 2, could be anything, with 2 holes in. So I've got this beautiful twine that Jania sent me. She's very generous to me as Jania, and I do really appreciate it. So I'm going to cut that off, and I'm going to thread it through from the front to the back, and then from the back to the front, like that. And if I only knew somebody that had a spare finger, that would be excellent. He's obviously not listening at all. Mr. F, can I borrow your finger, please?
Of course you can. Which one would you like?
Your forefinger of either hand, I don't mind.
4 fingers.
No, just one finger, but the forefinger. Thank you.
The pointy one.
Yeah, the pointy one. Oh my life. Okay, okay. Yeah. Do you think that's alright? I think that's alright. So I don't want the bunny ears that long on it. So I'm going to bring those in. Where's my other end gone? There. tighten that up a touch. Oh my goodness, come on. There we are. Trim some of this off. Just got a bit much. There we are. And there's our little journal. Just pop it in a pocket. Look, it's thin as anything. So let's have a look through it. It opens really nicely because we scored down there. So it opens up nicely. You could write on it. Oh, that's a beautiful spread, isn't it? And then that's our gorgeous back page. And I did do another one. As you know, I always do prototypes in case it works in my head but doesn't actually work in reality. Seem to have misplaced it. I don't know where it is. It could be anywhere. Well, I haven't paused so far, but I'm going to have to pause now and look for this wretched thing. So I'll see you in a sec. Right, it's been located, and in the interim I've had a bit of a tidy up. It was just a 2-second job, but I wanted to show you the one that I did earlier. Here it is. So it was in the red tones of the backdrops number 5. Just says journal there. It's a little large, the text of the journal, but it does say what it is. A Timmy Peep there, that's washi tape that I've stuck onto other paper, so it was really bold. Then here we've got Timmy washi tape, some stamps, and I always imagine this guy as a Postmaster General. I have no idea why, but that's how I imagine him. Things to do today. And it says rush list. And then here I made a pocket. I made a little pocket here. There's nothing on the background. You could stencil on that. It's an ideal place to stencil. And I made it with that card, the index cards that Jania sent me, coffee stained ones, because it's got a bit of body to it. Put washi tape all around the bottom. Then the pocket is actually just ordinary paper, but I put the washi tape on the top just to add a bit of protection to it because it was very thin. Some of that, I don't know what you call it, the spiral note bound stuff, and a word fly because I've got a butterfly there. Then that's that same technique as stamping dark and light to give the effect that one of the plants is in front of the other. It says specimen, then it says date, Juillet 1937, and on the back we've got a really pretty sticker, and this is washi tape actually, this illegible text. It's brilliant stuff, got it from Ali. So that's that. So there's 2 little journals, one for each basket, and I hope you've enjoyed that. As I say, I'm doing this kind of to a time, if you like, you know, because it's going out on a video. But I would think that if you did this and really allowed yourself time to play with every page, you could end up with a gorgeous little thing. So, see you in a minute. Hi there, right. Collage part of the premiere. These are the prompts for today. We're up to week 12. That's 3 months. Look at my inky fingers. 3 months. Anyway, for today we've got stencil. These are very open this week, I think, which was a good job because I couldn't make my brain work really. Yeah, stencil, you can use a lot or a little, whatever you fancy. A stamp. I've just written it singular there, but you can use as many stamps as you want, or you can use the same one as a repeat, or, you know, whatever. Washi tape. I'm going to champion washi tape from now on, because I think it's an underrated thing that we've got in our store cupboard. This is me washing the ink off with my Mr. bottle. It kind of worked though. So washi tape, yeah. Get your washies out. I keep mine in a basket so I've got them all together and I can rootle through them and see what I've got. And then the last one is a sticker or a die cut or a fussy cut. You'll see what I use, but I know not all of you have got the stickers that I've got. I get mine from Ali and I buy them, well, not in bulk, but I do buy a lot at a time when I get them, because I do go through quite a lot of stickers actually. So those are the prompts. Judy, if you're putting them up for us this week, I am really grateful to you. Thanks very much indeed. If not, take a screenshot or quickly scribble them down. I'll show you them again at the end just so we can check off that I've used everything I should have done. Right, so there we go, that's that. Now, this week I'm using, this is just the same paper that I've got in the book that I stick all my collages in. I've got another notebook. Ooh, that plays with your eyes, doesn't it? And I've just torn the middle piece out of that because I wanted white rather than cream this week, and I trimmed it down so it's going to fit in the book when we've finished. And I have stuck it down using just cheap old masking tape because I want to use my distress paints because I haven't used them for ages and I love them. So I've got Bundled Sage and Kitsch Flamingo. Not exactly certain what I'm going to do here, but something. So let's put out a drop of, oh, there's Mr. F cutting the grass. Oh, excellent. Don't forget with the paints, you have to give them a shake till you hear the ball bearings rattling freely. And I'm just going to put out a little drop like that. And I'm going to spritz and this is why I've stuck it down, because it's just cartridge paper. It's nice quality paper, but it's not designed to get wet. So I'm going to spritz it, and then I'm going to use my fingers. And I'm just going in, and I'm just going to put some colour down. Hither and thither. I'm just going to be very free. So all of you can do this. Don't want any excuses that you're not artists. Of course you are. If you make junk journals, you're an artist. So I'm just putting on some colour onto the background here. And if it gets, if you've got a bit where you think you've got too much, then I'm going to have to be careful with this paper because it's starting to pill. So I might have to pad rather more than spread it out. Yeah, if you've got too much, spray it with your water bottle. Be fine. So that's pretty much all of that used up. I like that. It looks random. If you don't, or you want it to move, add some water to it and just move it around. So that was a quick clean up, wasn't it? Now I want to get that dry before I put the green on, and this really is the reason that I'm using the distress paint rather than anything else, because once it's dry you cannot budge it. It's there forever. So I can put green on top of it and it's not going to mix and make brown. So I'm just going to give that a quick dry. I'll see you in a second. Okay, so that's dry now. It still is wanting to cockle this paper a little bit, but when we've finished we'll stick it down in the book and hope for the best. Yeah, it's all dry. So you could spritz water on that or do whatever you like to it now. The paper might disintegrate, but the paint will still be there. So give your paint a shake. This Bundled Sage, a very, very pretty colour, I think. It's a real Edith colour. So a little bit there. Same process. I am going to give it a bit of a spritz, otherwise you get sort of blobs of paint. So I'm just going to go in on top of that, put some little bits of green, and there's no artistry here. I'm just dabbing it on. But I know those of you that have stayed with me throughout everything know that I just love pink and green together. It's just one of my favourites. So this is a nice way to make a background without even thinking about it. You can make dozens of these in a day, have a really nice time, and then you'd have all your backgrounds ready for when creativity sparks. It's a nice thing to do when you've lost your mojo. And we all, you know, we all lose our mojos from time to time. Don't think you're the only one that happens to. Happens to absolutely all of us. But this is a nice thing to do when you have, because it's creative. It's very creative, but it's kind of mindless. So you can do it, and hopefully somewhere along doing these, your mojo will just reappear as if by magic. Right, so I'm just going to dry that off, and then I'm going to use the washi tape. The washi tape that I've chosen is this one. It's a legible text on white, which I like. It came from Ali, of course. Unless my washies are Tim Holtz, they all come from Ali. And I've got a fair few Timmy ones, to be fair. But I like this one. I've got several ones from Ali that I really like. More on the shabby chic line than grunge, but this today is definitely not grunge. It's pretty. There we are. Ouch. That's dry. So that's dry. Right, so I'm gonna take my tape wherever the end is here. Oh, I tell a lie, I've got quite a bit of washi, 49 and Market washi. I'm lying to you again. That's torn there, but it actually doesn't matter. So I'm going to take a length off here that's the length of this, and cut that off. Might be a bit long, but it's alright, we can shorten it. Just cut it there. And then I'm going to stick that there so it sticks. I'm going to tear down the side and try and make it a bit uneven if I can. So I'm pulling in and out like that. Don't get rid of this bit. We might want to use that. We might. Just loosely stick that there. Then I'm going to do the same with this side. So I'm tearing it in and out, just so we get a kind of wavy, uneven kind of line. Oops, that was a bit close to the edge, wasn't it? So I need to start tearing this again from about there, say. Oh, it keeps wanting to go to the edge. Don't go to the edge. Stay away from the light. Right, that's fine. So let's stick this onto our page. And I'm going to stick it at about there. About there. So it's got writing on, so I kind of want it to be straight with the page. Oh, it's so pretty. So pretty. Right, I want to cut this off where my masking tape is, which I think is about there. Something like that anyway. And this as well. Yeah, that's fine. Now, these bits are rubbish. I wouldn't stick them back on the roll because they'd never get used. But this bit is quite interesting. And I think I could put that up that side. And it might look quite nice. No, I might just leave it like that. And I'm going to stick this bit back on the roll because it's too good to throw out. And it'll be so annoying the next time I come to get some washi, want full width, and I've got this bit stuck on it, but never mind. At this moment I'm hanging on to it. So there we are, that's what we've got so far. Right, so the next thing I want to do is get my stencil out, and I'm going to use the brick stencil, a Tim Holtz brick stencil. Stampers Anonymous, I don't think has it got a number? I don't know. I've had it a long time, and you can clearly see it's bricks. And I'm going to use my bundled sage with one of my new brushes, and I've used green appropriately because I'm using green. I got these from Temu, and they're all pretty colours. And of course my intentions are great at this moment in time to keep the colours for the colours, but we all know that will never last. So I'm going to not go over the washi tape. Oh, actually I haven't stuck that washi tape, I haven't burnished it down, have I? That's a good idea, to burnish your washi tape down. There we go. And it just kind of disappears now into the background. Right, so I've got my bricks, not quite tall enough. It's just a little bit short, but that's all right. So I'm going to line it up with the edge there, so it'll be something like straight. And I'm going to come in now. I want the edges to be a bit darker than the middle bit. Just go up, you can see where your washi tape is, so it's not difficult to avoid it, but I don't think it'll stick to it anyway. There was stays on or something we were using, yeah, it would stick, but this won't. So I just want it a bit heavier around the outsides. The top isn't the outside, I need to move it up to get that. Let's just check what that looks like. Yeah, that's nice. So then I'm just going to come lighter and lighter up to that washi tape. So it'll be a kind of ghost of a brick wall. It's not even Halloween. I think I need to wash my non-stick mat, it's getting a bit grubby. Because I'm always doing that to it, I suppose. And so let's get down to the bottom and have a look and see what it looks like. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. See, there's loads more colour on there than I thought there was. So I'm just going to move this up to there, well actually to there, and do the top. So quite a bit in that corner. And there we are. That's fine. And I'm going to do the same to this side. Looks kind of like a rose garden, doesn't it? Like it's all blurry, but you can see it's a rose garden. To me, anyway. That might just be me. It's probably just me. Pay no attention. Guys, you all know I'm loopy. So around the edge with a bit more purpose. I'm just holding mine down, but if you want to stick it, by all means. If you're more confident when it's stuck, then the solution is stick it. And then just up to where the washi is. There we are. That's pretty. Oh, missed the top bit out. I think that's really pretty. Actually, for me, I think it's incredibly pretty. I've been stuck in the world of grunge forever. Which I like. Don't get me wrong, nowadays I'm really comfortable in the world of grunge. It was a struggle at first, if I'm honest with you. I didn't really know what I was doing. There we are. That's lovely. I like that a lot. So let's put that away and that away and that away. And then the next thing I want is a stamp. Now this kit Jen and Mike bought for me quite a while ago now. I feel sure they said they got it in Joann's. And it's the only sort of time you see the Tim Holtz clear stamps. Usually they're red rubber. And I want this flower out of it. And it's a really large flower. It's very similar to that Dearly Departed one that I used last week, actually. And which way do you go? Well, I'm going to put it on my stamp block and ink it up, and I want to use I'm going to use my VersaFine Claire Shady Lane, which gets a lot of use in this house, if I'm honest. And I've got a piece of scrap paper here because I want the second print off it. I don't want the first print because I fear it's going to be too dark. It's going to swamp the whole thing. So ink it up well, then stamp it off. Then we'll see which way's up. Other way, that way. And I'm just going to put that there. Now, because I've got VersaFine Clay, it will stick over the washi, so it can come like that. So it's fairly central, and stamp that down. And it shouldn't be as dark as the first impression. Oh, it's not dark enough. That's a bit of a faux pas, isn't it? Okay, let's just worry about this. Yeah, that way. Okay, which way does this go then? That way. Does it go that way? Oh, that way. That way. Oh my goodness me. Can't even see where it goes. There, I think. Yeah, like that. Right, so I'm just going to try and double stamp this. We all know it's not going to be perfect. Well, it's still not perfect, but it's on there. I think I stamped off my first print too heavy. So I'm just going to tap that down, and then I'm going to come up here with my second print right to the top, like that. Yeah, I like that, that's all right. It's okay. It's much better if you use a stamp platform, you know, some sponge. This isn't great. And this one, just similarly down off the page a bit, like that. Yeah, you'll get a much better image if you use a stamp platform, but that's fine. That's how I wanted it. The 3 stamps there, that's what we've got. By fair means or foul. Not perfect stamping, I know. But I'm telling you, the way forward is to use a foam mat or something. That way you'll get a much better impression. So let's just pop this away. There we go. Let me put that in there because otherwise it's going to get lost. There we go. Right. Well, I don't know about you, but I think that looks really pretty. I know we had a bit of a muck up there, but it doesn't look too bad. Right, so stencil, yes. Stamp, yes. Washi tape, yes. So the stickers, that's the next thing. Let's just pull the sleeves up here because I mean business. Now, yeah, as I said to you, I buy stickers probably by the hundreds when I do buy them. And these are a couple of packs that I had. And only, it says in Feel Me. So if you put that in Ali, followed by stickers, I'm sure they'll come up. These are what they call pet stickers. They're the shiny ones, which I used to not like at all. But I've really come round to loving them. The only thing I don't like is trying to get the backs off them, but or the fronts off them, whichever way it is. Not sure. So I'm going to get my knife out, and if this takes too long, I'll just pause you while I struggle myself. Oh no, I've got it. By golly, I've got it. Right, so I want that to kind of come up there, like that. Yeah, like that. Needs a bit cutting off the bottom here, but we'll deal with that in a minute. That's nice. I've got two more pink ones. I've got one that I'm going to put there, and one that I was going to put there, but I need to cut something off the bottom there. It's too long. Scissors. So I'm not going to cut these all the same length, otherwise they'll look like they've been cut. So I'll cut the stems off slightly different lengths and see if I'm so lucky with this one. I can't speak while I'm doing this. Whoa, I got it. So that wants to go about there, maybe a touch more central. So this is very much green and pink. You can use as many colours in yours as you want to. And that one I'm just going to kind of put there, I think. So let's see if we can get this one off. Oh, I nearly had it. There we go. That wasn't quite the ordeal I was worried about. So I'm going to put this over here. Yeah, like that. So I've got my three flowers there. Aren't they just, they're just so pretty. Put the blade of my knife away. And then all I want really are some words. Now I've got this Timmy wordy book. What's it called? Small Talk. I've also got a little sticker book that I got from Temu. You can tell I've been having a little shop on Temu. It was only a little one actually, didn't amount to much. And they're just all washi stickers, but aren't they nice? So I don't know if they would look nice on there. Oh, I haven't cut the end of this chap off. There we go. It's just a little bit too long for us. Quite like these. I want to use them. I've had them a few days now. I haven't even used them. So right, okay, let's go for this. This says Department of Botany. No white edge, no nothing. That's brilliant. So I'm going to put that there. They are see-through, but they're okay. If you're really not wanting them to be see-through, put them all onto white card and then cut them out, which is a bit of a drag. But I'm quite happy with that. I like that. Specimen notes. Yeah, like that. I think this is going to have to go on this one because it's quite thin. I'll put that one there. And I've got so many others. Natural History Collection? Yeah, why not? Why ever not? And pop that one there. Straight if you like, Miss Pete. I'm trying. Yeah, I like those on there, they're nice. Just a bit different from the normal Tim Holtz ones, aren't they? I don't know how many pages you get in here. 1, 2, these are roundy ones, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Is there really 13? Oh, it says 16. So must have miscounted somewhere along the line. Yeah, 16. I can't remember how much they were, but I know they weren't expensive. So let's take the washi tape off. And it's at this stage you really get to see what your work's like. Oh, my new nails. Oh no, I've torn it along there. That's the thing with this cheap washi tape. It tears your paper. I'll see, I might can stick that back down. Hopefully. I'm dying to see what you lot come up with because it's quite open prompts this week. There's a lot of interpretation you could do with the prompts. If you use your heat gun on the washi tape first, melts the glue and it comes off much easier. But of course, I tell you these tips, but I don't take my own tips like a silly ninny. Right, let's see if we can get this bit stuck down. It's never going to be perfect again, but we'll see. It's not so bad, is it? So there you go. Considering we've torn the paper, we've had a misfire with a stamp. That's it. Doesn't that look pretty? Or is it just me? Maybe it's just me. Let's stick it in the book anyway. Well, there's a lot of green and pink in this book. You can tell what I like. But that's okay, you know. That's fine. So that's going to get stuck in there. And last week's is very pretty and it's not green and pink. Oh, I like this week's. It's lovely. God, the back of my desk must be filthy with ink. I've had a really busy day today, actually. This is now Friday evening at 20 to 7 in the evening. The rest of the video was filmed on Thursday. And I've been really busy in between making up orders and that sort of thing. Mr. F's been shopping today. And now he's cut the grass. Well, the grass out the back anyway. And so he's had a busy day as well. Made lunch which was gorgeous. We had steak today. It's so expensive we don't have it very often, but it's really nice when we do. Anyway, enough already. Let's just get this and stick this down. Because despite the fact I used washi tape, it's still trying to cockle. But we'll get it stuck and it'll be fine. So there we have it. That is my offering for today. I hope you like it. I like it. So here's our prompts for this week. Stencil, yes, the bricks. Stamp, yeah, although I didn't make a good job of it, but yeah, stamp. Washi tape, yes, there's this strip right down the middle, but as I say, these are very open, aren't they? Very open prompts. And a sticker, die cut, as many as you like, only one, whatever. You can use a fussy cut, whatever. That's, you know, just something like that. So let's get rid of this. Actually, I'll keep it because the other side's good. And that's it. That's all I have for you today, guys. So I really want to say before I go, thank you to everybody who donates to the channel through the Ko-fi site. The link is underneath here. But for everybody that's given, be it £1 or considerably more, everything is very gratefully received, and it really does allow us to keep streaming this channel for free. So thank you very, very much. And thank you guys for staying with me today. I hope you've had a really good chat. I'm sure you will have done. And I'll see you through the week. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.